think you're talking to, man?
I'm talking to you.
You can't be.
White people like that.
You can't be talking to me.
Back up.
Everybody the same.
Go stand over there.
Over there.
All right, turn around. You go in cuffs. Turn around. You go in cuffs. You can go in cuffs.
Okay,
I'm not doing this. No, back up.
Sir.
Welcome back to Badge Auditor. Today we're breaking down a high-tension encounter from Arkansas that every citizen needs to see. Is department policy a valid excuse to bypass your constitutional rights? In this video, a routine traffic stop escalates into a physical confrontation involving a former state lawmaker on his own property. This footage comes from the channel Arkansas Online. Go and check the channel link in the description. Let's look at the law behind the chaos.
Yep. I'm sorry.
We gotta do an inventory search, make sure there's no weapons or valuables. Making sure no weapons or valuables are in here. We gotta do
got
it.
a person there, which I need to get out.
That's
Okay.
department policy.
But why didn't y'all give an opportunity for us to come over here? I was coming to get a purse.
Nobody said that to us.
But I mean, you don't do
Hold on. We don't have to give you an opportunity. We're gonna go through it first and then give you the opportunity.
You don't have a reason to go through her stuff.
We do. We're towing
We
it.
are told.
Listen,
You what?
you may not. Just hold on.
If you
wait just a few minutes for your lieutenant to arrive.
She'll be here, but I'm still gonna go through it.
No, you cannot go
No,
through. You go
ma'am,
through and get
ma'am.
here.
We're gonna go
Wait a
through
minute,
it.
you don't have to
Back
yet.
No, listen.
I'm not
Back
moving.
up.
I'm on my property.
No. I'm on my property.
That's my
Okay.
property.
What? Do you want to know what I witnessed her do?
Yes.
I could take
Tell
her to
me
jail.
tell me what
She
you
drove into oncoming traffic, almost hit me and several other vehicles, as well as a few people were walking around, chasing that other guy.
But you
And I
didn't- you
lit
didn't
her
tell me
up,
that- you
and
didn't
she
tell me that-
ran. She ran like 4 blocks.
you didn't
That's
tell me that
felony
earlier.
fleeing. She could go to jail for a felony,
I understand it, but you didn't say anything like that to me.
and she's getting a citation.
I know. You didn't say anything like that to me.
Then we're gonna do our job.
Well, but listen, when you first left here, what you told me, sir, was that you were not going to talk.
Whose vehicle?
Pause right here. Officer Kurtz claims he is conducting an inventory search to protect valuables. Legal breakdown. Under the Fourth Amendment, a search must be reasonable. The Supreme Court ruled in South Dakota versus Opperman that inventory searches are meant to protect property in police custody. However, when the owner is present, willing, and able to remove their valuables, like the purse mentioned, denying them that right suggests the search is pretextual, meaning they are actually looking for evidence without a warrant. This is a significant legal overstep.
Hey,
I'm trying to tow the car and they're
this
telling
is
us we can't.
elevating to
No,
another
we did
level.
not say you cannot tow it. I'm trying to get
And they're
her
telling us we
purse.
can't search it.
I didn't
Okay,
say you couldn't
so what's your
touch
name,
it.
Officer?
Kurtz. Okay, y'all gotta back up. Y'all gotta back up now.
Officer Kurtz.
Y'all got to back up now. Go. I'm gonna do my
Hey,
job.
don't
Back up.
Put your hand on me.
Back up.
Don't you put
Bro,
your
we're done
hand on
talking.
me.
I got a job to do.
This
Back
is
up.
my property.
I don't care. Back
don't
up.
care about
Back
getting my
up.
property?
You are gonna go to jail if you don't back
Back
up.
up.
I'm not going to jail.
Back up.
Who you think you're talking
Back
to,
up.
man?
I'm talking to you.
You can't be.
White people like that.
I treat
You can't be
everybody
talking
the
to
same.
me.
Back
I treat
up.
everybody the same.
Go stand over there. Go stand over there.
You don't know me. I don't know you. Back up, guys.
This is
Okay?
lost his mind.
Back
That
up.
don't make sense.
Back
You
up.
sitting up there, we're not blocking anything. We on
I
our property.
got a curse and I got a hardness here.
Well, you said back
I
up.
said back up so
I'm
he can do his
not
job.
on you.
Back up so he can do his job.
Go stand in front of my car.
You don't tell me where to stand. This
Go
is-
stand in front of my car.
I'm not going
I
there.
don't care.
I'm not going there.
You're gonna go in cuffs if you don't back up. Go, or you're gonna go. I'm giving you 1 second.
told you.
1 second, go.
Over there.
All right, turn around. You go in cuffs. Turn around. You go in cuffs. You can go in cuffs.
Okay,
I'm not doing this. No, back up.
Sir. Stop.
Back up.
Stop. Stop, sir. Stop. Stop, sir. Stop.
I'm not doing anything.
Take me out.
I'm not doing anything.
Don't take it now.
I'm not doing anything.
Stop. Stop, sir. Sir, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. You gotta stop.
Why are you doing that to him?
You got another cuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm rushing him
That's
for.
okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Why he didn't do nothing? He got the right to see him.
All we do is
You know me. Listen, can you get my inhaler? Can you get my inhaler?
Watch the escalation.
Mr. Walker is on his own property, on the phone, not physically obstructing the officer. Officer Kurtz issues a backup order, but the moment Walker asks for a supervisor, the cuffs come out. This is often called contempt of cop. Legally, an arrest made in retaliation for a citizen exercising their First Amendment right to criticize police or ask for a supervisor is unlawful. Under City of Houston v. Hill, the Supreme Court stated that the First Amendment protects a significant amount of verbal criticism and challenge directed at police.
Stay out of the car! Stay out of the car!
We have a
Stay out of the car!
Hey, I need y'all to listen. I need everybody to listen to me. And then everybody listen to me. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. We're gonna get medical out here, okay?
We're going in the car.
I need to go to the hospital.
Come on.
Wait a minute. Don't take my money now.
I'm taking everything out.
Don't take my money. Go on, get this money out. Here, get all this out.
No.
Hey,
Stop! Back up! Stop! What are you doing to me? Stop doing that! Stop doing that! Stop doing that! Get the off of me! Doing it! Stop! Stop!
Sergeant, man, I told you.
Yes. Just sit down and I'm going to talk to you.
Will you tell me to stop? You tell me to stop?
He's trying to shoot my
You must be new. Sit in the car.
He's trying to shoot
Have a seat. I'm going to talk to you, okay? Let me get them to calm down, okay? Okay, if you'll just have a seat in here, I'm going to talk to them, get everyone calmed down, and then I'll come back and talk to you, okay?
Yes, I
If you'll
appreciate
just watch your head and duck in there, okay? I don't want you to hit your head. What?
Hey, let me tell them to calm down.
They're calming. I'm going to go talk to you. I'm really
Everybody
good.
calm down.
Yeah, everyone's calming down.
Sharon.
Hey,
Sharon.
turn left.
Just calm down.
Get him off the ground.
I-
Okay, just have a seat in here. I'm going to come right back and talk to you, okay? I'm going to figure out what's going on. If you'll just have a seat.
Sharon. Just calm down. Don't worry about it. I got this.
Okay.
I got this.
Let me
I got
just talk
Sharon.
to everybody. Hey, what's your name?
Sharon. My name is Bill Walker, Senator Bill Walker.
Bill Walker. Okay,
Yes.
if Mr. Walker, if you will just have a seat in here, I'm gonna come right back and talk to you. I'm gonna try to get everyone to calm down.
Have you heard from your chief yet?
I believe he called me while I was running code, but I
I
couldn't
was
answer.
trying to get a hold of him. If you would please let him know that you have me here.
Yes, sir.
In
I will
fact, the mayor's
absolutely.
already talked to him.
This is a critical moment. Mr. Walker clearly states he needs his inhaler. Under the 14th Amendment, once a person is in police custody, the officers have a legal duty of care. Ignoring a medical distress signal, especially during a physical struggle, is a violation of civil rights and creates massive liability for the department. This is the definition of medical indifference.
He rolls window out and says, that woman's chasing him. The woman chases him in the wrong lane of traffic. They go down this way. I lit her up at Daisy Bates and Broadway. She fled and came to here.
Which one?
The woman over there.
in the car.
In the orange?
No worries.
That was over here.
I'm not going to hear with felony plea. I'm hitting her with failure to yield to emergency vehicles. I gave her a citation her vehicle to the code.
Let me call Chief back.
You good?
I've got Chief calling me while I'm running code. I just got on scene out here. Apparently, Senator Bill Walker, they've got in a vehicle. I'm trying to get the story from everyone. Take him out of cuffs immediately. Kurtz, take Walker out of cuffs immediately. Yes. We're at Daisy Bates and Ringo. All right, I'm gonna call Chief back. Bye. Her Chief, get him out of cuffs. I just gave you a direct order to take him out of... Chief, I'm so sorry. I was running code. Take him out of cuffs now.
Here's the smoking gun. The handcuffs are removed the moment the mayor gets involved and the officers realize Walker's status. Legal analysis: if there was truly probable cause for an arrest, like obstruction, a phone call shouldn't make that crime disappear. The fact that he was released immediately proves the detention was discretionary and likely retaliatory. This opens the door for a lawsuit under 42 U.S. Code Section 1983 for deprivation of rights under color of law.
Hi, Mr. Walker. I'm Sergeant Meeker.
Hi, Sergeant Meeker. How are you?
Good. Okay, tell me your side. Apparently your daughter was pulled over by Officer Kurtz, and she was given a citation for reckless driving, driving on suspended, and failure to yield to an emergency vehicle.
Well, let me kind of go back a little bit before that.
Okay.
Because Officer Kurtz had been here twice.
Okay.
The first time he was here, he reported saying, "Hey, man, how you doing, sir?" He said he was concerned about Allison, and that he had saw her, he didn't know what had happened. He asked me for information, but I didn't really know.
Okay.
He said, "Well, listen, she's got a warrant in Pine Bluff. She's going to take care of it. I should really told the car, but I'm not going to."
Okay.
He said, "Just get us some help, and be sure you take care of that business." I said, "Perfect, thank you so much, we appreciate you." Well, after that, we were waiting for the ambulance and the fire department to arrive. They did come, and then this gentleman came back first. He said that he was told to come back here by the fire department. That's what he told me. I didn't know. Next thing I know, I see 3 or 4 other cars pulled back up in here, one of which was Officer Kurtz. Kurtz, yes, ma'am. And so at that point, I still was working to get my daughter to the hospital. She was going to go with her mother, who had arrived.
Okay.
After that had occurred, then he came back and said, "Well, listen, I'm now got the rights. We don't have a complainant. We ain't found anybody yet. He called, but he left, and we don't know who he is." I said, "Okay." She said, "But since she doesn't have, she's on a suspended license," which he asked her about that, and she told him that she had paid the issue, and she has an email suggesting it had been resolved. Well, he said, "Well, I got to tow it anyway." Well, when he left the first time, he didn't say, "Well, why you got to do that?" So they began to come over here to try to get access to the vehicle, my assumption was. And she said, "I need to get my purse, my medicine out of the car." So I came over to get that, and they told me to step back, get away. I said, "Well, when did the story change?
Okay.
When did we have a different impression about this? But this is not necessary." I said, "Would you please," because at that time I reached out to the man. I asked him if he would reach out to the chief and see if he could assist. And I asked for you. I asked for you.
Yes, sir.
And I said to them when I got over here, I said, "Would you please allow your sergeant to arrive before we proceed?" That's what I asked for.
Yes, sir.
He didn't want to do that. And he said for me to get back. I said, "Why are we going to this level? There's no criminal out here. There's no guns. Why are we going to this level?" He then pushed me, told me, "Listen," I said, "Don't put your hands up. We don't have to do that. That's not necessary." And he did it again and again. And finally he said, "You're under arrest because you won't move." That's what he told me. And I asked this gentleman, I said, "Listen, do you have children? Do you have any?" He said he had 5. I have 1. And I'm a concerned father. I'm also a businessman. I'm also president of a college over here. I also was on the airport commission. I'm also friends with a whole host of folks in this community. I served in the state senate, state house. I know how to deal with public servant folk. I know the jobs, but there's a way that you don't have to escalate this to this level. I mean, I got an employee now that they threw on the ground. I got my wife out here who's almost going through the roof. But we're concerned about our child.
I understand.
And he's got to be better judged than that. That's very disappointing to me. I got handcuffs on me so tight. I mean, this guy just went off. He just lost it.
Yes, sir.
And I never, and I hope you'll evaluate, I never raised my voice. Never. Did I raise my voice?
Both you, is that your wife?
My wife did, of course. She's a woman, but I
There was
never
a
raised my
moment where
voice.
you both did, yes.
To who? To you? To
I
you?
believe to Officer Kurtz.
Oh, come on, man. Did you all record this?
Yes.
Good. I think y'all look at it.
I will. I have
think
to
y'all
at
look
this
at it.
point.
I never raised my voice.
Okay.
I'm disappointed in that. I really am.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Well, but I mean, it's just the truth, man. You know,
So
it's the truth.
there's a difference in what you feel with
But
your,
the- but
your
the
voice
tape-
raising, and the difference between what I feel is raising. your
I'm
voice.
talking at the same level
Especially
I'm
when we're
talking
giving you
now.
a lawful order to step back.
Step back.
Okay.
Okay. That's how you see it. I get it. But I never raised my voice.
So, okay. So what happened was Kurtz was driving south on Broadway. He
Mr. Walker's point is vital.
Communication should always come before escalation. As a badge auditor, we see this too often, officers using force where words would have sufficed. This isn't just about a former lawmaker, it's about how the police treat any citizen when they think no one is watching. What do you think of Officer Kurtz's conduct? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay informed on your rights. Stay safe and keep filming.